Hello YouTube, this is Racing Sim Noob. Today we are taking part in Gran Turismo 7 online daily races. In this video, I will be participating in daily racing. This is a 10-lap race at the Sardegna circuit in Italy, the road track A configuration, using Group 3 cars with 2 tire compounds mandatory, mediums and softs. I am starting on position 12, driving the VW Beetle with medium tires. I will then come in and switch tires at around lap 3 or 4. And I am, of course, rocking the Kinder Chocolate livery. It is obvious that it makes you way faster. Alright then, here we begin this exciting race at one of my favorite circuits. Lots of high braking areas and fast turns, massive cases of running onto the walls, and a lot of carnage. As we approach turn 1, we witness the very first murder. The Brazilian GMO goes into the back of Aconex. Heavy contact. That results in P3 moving all the way back to P16. During this incident, we gain 2 positions, holding out P10 at this point. Too many cars, too many corners, chaos ensues. Now just look at P5, going through the S, braking late, going straight on a right-hander, spins around and ends up facing the wrong direction. This incident, I am holding P8 now, as we get ready for turn 6. Quite a tricky turn. Almost have contact with Dwayne here. We ghosted at the last minute. A bit of contact with Dwayne, but no casualties to report. As we speed through sector 2, some fighting ensues, but I'm able to hold on to my position here. Approaching here the first hairpin at turn 9, we are getting ready to brake early. We really don't need anyone running into our rear. As we see here, Akayu running wide into the grass, a bit of contact with Johnny B. He slows down to avoid contact with P6, and I go for the overtake, taking P7. Now watch this, a narrow road, a lot of cars, chaos is bound to happen. Cars going into the barrier, cars spinning around. After all that, I came out on P6. Now here, braking early, trying to avoid contact from the rear. Johnny B goes a bit wide onto the grass, and as the Brazilian serves his 4-second penalty, I take 2 positions, and as we approach the last turn of the lap, I am sitting on P4. Now this first lap was very successful. I moved up 8 positions. Let's just hope we can keep it up that way. Now hitting here through the straight, going on to the first turn of the lap, trying to break away from the group behind. Now take a look at this. P10 GMO, the Brazilian, going onto the back of Johnny B, murdering him completely. Now, fortunately for me, I've been able to open a small gap between me and the cars behind, since we know there's some dirty drivers in the back. Now I feel more comfortable just following Knife Chase here. As we take a look here at Akayu P8, going into the back of Gecko, very dirty move, just pushing him out and knocking out Aconex in the process. If we recount, our friend Aconex has been on the receiving end of some very dirty tactics. Now as we drive through sector 2, approaching the hairpin, I feel like I can get closer to Knife Chase through this turn, and that is what's happening. I'm getting closer to him, and hopefully I should be able to make a move sometime soon. Hopefully on this lap. Now as we go here through turn 12 and 13, I'm being very careful to take this turn properly. It's not that hard to take it, but if you make a little mistake, this is a corner where you can really do some damage. At turn 13, Gecko GT misses the exit, hits a barrier, loses control, and Johnny B, on avoidable contact through no fault of his own, receives a hefty 4-second penalty. And that's sad. Now starting here on the main straight, I tuck in behind Knife Chase slipstream, hoping to catch up and maybe make a move, but it's not quite enough. I just decided to just bump draft him a little bit, kind of risky since we're already on turn 1. And here I have a bit of contact with him. Fortunately, nothing major happened. I respected that and I stayed behind him. Now at this point, Dwayne has caught up with me, and it's gonna be a battle for one of these 3 positions here. Now I'm getting a little bit frustrated since I'm so close to Knife Chase, and I feel like I should be able to make a move sometime soon. But it's just not quite happening. Going here through turn 6. Again, trying to get past him right here, trying to get him to the inside, but it doesn't quite work. Just staying behind him. Sector 2 here, it leads through to the hairpin on turn 9. So maybe there I can make a move. Now, we'll see here, Dwayne just goes way too happy on the throttle and just goes and meets the wall, unfortunately for him. Now I'm still behind Knife Chase. I've been able to make a move here. I was hoping through turn 12 and 13 I could do something, but it doesn't happen. I'm still very close to him. I feel like anytime I could make a move. Right here on turn 14, this is where I decided to go into the inside, but unfortunately a bit of contact there towards the back of the car, making him lose control. I was trying to slow down to let him pass, but I figured, I'm gonna go into the pit lane next turn, and it would be worth it. Switching to my soft tires, so did 3 laps on mediums, and I'm gonna do 7 laps on softs, hopefully a little bit faster. Now let's take a look here. Knife Chase and TC White is having some mass battles right here. It looks like there's gonna be a change in positions. Knife Chase really having the worst of that battle, losing control left and right. Exiting the pit lane on P11. Lost a few positions, but that should be no problem. I should be getting those positions back as more people pit. Now let's have a look here at Johnny B. Here going through the S's on turn 4 and 5, I believe. He goes a bit too wide, loses control, and boom, goes to the barrier there. Now he tries to go into reverse, hits the barrier again, and as he tries to recover and go back onto the road, I think he goes too hard on the throttle, spins around again. 3 hits to the barrier and 1 accident. That's something right there. That's got to be an achievement of some sorts. Now let's have a look here. We have the whole road for ourselves. Holding P10, we don't see anyone anywhere near us, so we can just drive as comfortably as we can. Let's take a look at GMO, the Brazilian. It seems to be that he was trying to go into the back of Dwayne, but misses and just goes onto the barrier. Now Fingers 19, same thing. He misses that exit on turn 13, and that's what can happen. I mean, it gets brutal. If you miss that exit, it just gets really brutal. Now let's take a look here. We're still holding P10. Going through this hairpin. I'm starting to see P9 in front of me. There's not really much to comment here. Just going through the turns and trying to gain time on the other cars. Also hoping that there'll be more drivers pitting. This is only starting lap 5, so I mean, not really expecting a lot of people pitting at this point, but hoping is something we can always do. Now, as we can see here, Knife Chase just going a bit too fast on on turn 14. Just goes onto the wall. This is something we're seeing over and over. Just people probably don't know the track too well or something, but there's a lot of wall hitting on this race. Now, I am now very close to Fingers 11. I can probably make a move sometime soon, but as we go through the last turn of lap 5, he decides to go into the pit lane, and this is putting me on P9 and P8, in fact, due to another driver being on the pit lane. So now there's 3 positions I gained since I exit the pit lane. Let's have a look here. The Brazilian again. Guess what? Of course, going into the back of people, murdering people. Man, that's quite a dirty driver, bro. I mean, 4-second penalty. He's received a total of 3 penalties so far. And that's the ones I've seen. Probably he received more penalties that I haven't seen. Now here, going through this turn, I was able to make a move and take position 7 out of Dwayne. But this was not due to my skill. This was due to GMO murdering Dwayne completely. Is karma such a thing? Does karma exist? Well, it looks like it does, because GMO goes a bit too wide on the grass, loses a lot of time, then he has a 4-second penalty to serve. Yeah, I think karma does exist. Now, not much happened after that, so I fast forward to the end of the lap, and there was someone pitting, so I regained another position, holding now P6 as we go through turn 1. We are just having fun at this point. I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? Just to have fun, especially with the motion simulator. This makes racing so much more intense and so much more immersive. Now, as we go here through the SS, catching up to GMO. This is a interesting character, so we're gonna have to be careful with that. Throughout the remaining of the lap, there was no position changes until the pit lane. When we come into the end of the lap, at the beginning of the new lap, I gain another position. Now I'm getting very close to GMO. Probably should be able to make a move sometime soon as we go through this SS at the exit of turn 5. GMO just goes onto the grass. It loses just enough time for me to be able to make a move here. Now, I don't have such a big of a gap that I am quite a bit concerned. In this turn, I didn't do this turn very good. I was afraid that this guy was gonna go on my back. So I kind of just stayed on the outside, hoping that, you know, I would avoid contact. Now here, GMO goes into the inside, goes aggressive and tries to make a move. And as we take a look forward to Matt, he misses the turn right there and loses control, goes into the grass. And GMO does the same thing. He misses the turn, goes into the grass, and with this, I am holding P3, and it looks like it's gonna be 3 for the remaining of the lap. At least that's what we're hoping. Going into the grass there a little bit. Matt coming in pretty fast, if we can see, but I think I can defend myself here. Now going through turn 14, going to the straight here, we feel that we might stay on P3 probably for the remaining of the race, since the other two drivers are really far ahead. The only thing that I'm thinking right now is that one of the drivers, I believe one of the drivers, probably Rufino. It has to be Rufino because Dimebag has set the fastest lap. So Rufino probably hasn't pitted. Now what this would mean is that I will be ending the race in P2, which is actually pretty good. This will be the first time I finish in P2. Now, the only thing we need to watch out for is just the exit of turn 13 here. Try not to hit the wall. There you go, executed perfectly. So at this point, I feel pretty confident we're gonna finish the race on P3, virtually in P2. Oh, Rufinho. Yep, Rufinho. Even though he finished first, he's on second place right now. So most likely gonna take his position as well. He's probably gonna end in 5th or 6th place. As we approach the checker flag here. We complete the very first race and a very successful P2. Very exciting. Now, it would have been better to be in P1, but come on. P2, man. P2, baby. This is the best I've done so far. The best results I've had so far in all the online races I've participated in. Now, let's take a look here. Still driving rating D and sport machine rating S. So pretty much everyone's slow, and this is why I'm having a decent result. Now I qualified on P4 for this race, so more towards the front of the pack, hopefully avoiding crazy drama, crazy chaos, and trying to pay attention to the rivals, see who I think is going to be a problem. Well, there's actually no way of knowing that, other than I know Alpha Omega had the fastest lap, so not expecting to pass him anytime soon. However, Yomo, Pappy, I feel confident that I can take the position. But enough of that, let's just focus at the beginning of the race and see how this unfolds. The countdown ends and we begin another very exciting race down the Sardegna circuit. Staying right behind Yomo, hopefully I'm able to make a move sometime soon. Heading here towards the first turn. What's it gonna happen? Am I gonna be able to take his position? Probably not. As we see the first two positions, ghosting out, probably had a bit of contact. Now just focusing on trying to overtake Yomo. Be careful here not to have our backs smacked. Trying to go into the inside here, trying to take P3, it doesn't quite work. And as we see, our friend Lightning McQueen just goes too wide, goes onto the wall. The battle here is to stay ahead of this little group here. Rody took my position, at least temporarily, but throughout this turn I get my position back. I was hoping to take Yomo, but it doesn't quite work. However, I did put myself in a position of being sandwiched by Rowdy and Burnt Toast. And our friend Flatter Strikes goes for the revenge, goes against Burnt Toast, and toasts him, taking his position. Man, I am now sitting all the way back to P16, from P4 to P16, and just one little incident. This is something that we need to be aware of, since all the cars are pretty much packed up. We'll see P1, P2 here. Exit of turn 13, goes a bit on the wall and just spins around completely. As I'm sitting here on P16, somebody dropped out, so that gives me position 15. Sorry. Now Kiki and Lightning McQueen here having a bit of a moment out of turn 13. So I'm taking 2 more positions here. Taking turn 14. Kiki, I thought he was gonna go for the move, but no, he had a bad exit, and I'm able to pull away from him. Chicken here for 71 pitted. A player dropped out, so I'm now in P12. Somebody went to the pit lane, so I'm now in P11. Going here through the first turn. See if anyone has any moment or anything. Well, yeah, there's a bit of moment there, but he did not lose a lot of time. Now Sandia here goes into the back of MJ Wood and sends him to the Shadow Realm. Sorry, I think this is a bit funny. He's trying to incorporate it into the road, and he spins out again. Sorry, I'm trying to contain myself, but this is kind of funny to watch. He goes all the way back to P14. So now we do have to be careful with the Sandia Sim Racer. Now here I am holding P10, going through sector 2, I believe, heading towards a hairpin. I believe this is turn, I forgot the turn, probably turn 9. Doing okay. Some cars having a moment there, but nothing too major. I'm really just hoping for someone to hit the wall or something like that so I can gain more positions. Let's see here, there's too many cars, sharp turn. Rocky B just slows down a little bit there, and I'm able to take his position. Let's see, Flat as Red again forgets to turn. He was supposed to turn left and he went straight. Another car there copying him, including myself. Fortunately, I did not hit the wall. I'm able to recuperate quickly, but it's funny to see just people coming in and just boom, hit the wall like that. Like, oh shoot, I forgot there was a turn here. Let's see here, so still holding P9 now, about to finish lap 2, beginning lap 3, behind Jason. I have pretty good speed, I'm getting close to him. He brakes a little bit too early. I make the move and take his position, but only temporarily. He has a very good exit there. So something to take a note of. Brake early, has a better exit. I'm going through the S's here. Still not able to make a move here, so still holding P9. Going through sector 2, and as we approach turn 6, he has the same strategy to brakes early, but I launched my car on the inside, and this time he's not able to take his position back. However, he's right on my side. We're battling for that position. He takes the position back, then I take it back. So we're now 8 and 9. He's holding 8 at this point.